always just that active red line defending. I think it's like.
Am I live? Of course I'm live. People, deluded, I'm back again. Twitch gang, hello once again. But to my YouTube ones, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And of course, in some cases, good night. As I said, Twitch gang, one love, because we just come off another live stream. I'm live at 4:30 to play FM as well. Obviously, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Yes, Arsenal lost, top four is out the window. But from you have your life, everything's good. And really and truly, I hope that Arsenal losing is the biggest problem if you're in you lot's life, because again, if your football team not playing in the European competition is the only thing going wrong in your life, then you're all right in it. I hope everybody listening and their loved ones has their health. I hope everyone, unlike my club, has had a progressive week or having a progressive week so far in terms of their goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, any of that stuff. If you've got any questions, talking points, as usual, feel no way to let them out. Appreciate the Twitch gang, because I feel like I've got it all out of me personally. We'll go over Mikel Arteta's press conference. I've offered my opinions on the game, really. You know, I'll cut up the clips with the tactical review and that. But it's same old. Soft underbelly, weak physically, inability to react to spanners that are thrown in the works, inability to rise to the occasion when it's just, as much as football's about football, when it's just the emotion and all of these sort of things. A lot of lip service, but ultimately talking the talk but not walking it. A lot of talk before the game, after the game, but when the talking needs to be done with your feet, it is what it is. Limited players, highlighted with a system that leaves them exposed. You know, you add into that the cocktail of just naiveties from them, then you have the cocktail we have, really. And, you know, we spent 150 million on a centre half, and we're shipping more goals. And I actually think we've improved defensively. But I look like a madman. I truly look like, appropriate to the name saying all of that, innit? So, the one thing I'm not going to do is get onto my young players. Anyone who played yesterday crumbled, innit? But the young tugs are the whole reason we've had a half a season just being in this conversation. So I'm not drawing them out. They've not been equipped with good enough players. We've over relied on them. We tried to gamble in January and getting rid of players, which in periods worked, but at crunch time it hasn't. You know, football's not Disney Channel. As much as you try and bring in players that were alienated or not good enough and try and make them do a thing, football's in a nice way, especially over here in England. It's harsh, you know. Everything went wrong. Big up Eddie Howe from a tactical point of view, because he did his thing. Their midfield stood up to be counted. Their centre-backs and full-backs and St. Maximin and Guimaraes and all these guys, they did their thing. We didn't. Toothless in midfield. You know, I'm a big fan of Odegaard, but I keep saying it, and I said it in the preview. There's certain games you probably look towards not playing him. You know, you can't really play him and Smith Rowe in hindsight. They're not strong enough for this thing. We've got a soft underbelly, weak mentality, you know, feeling sorry for ourselves. Not ready to be doing that Champions League thing, really and truly. Maybe that's a blessing in disguise, because the 10-2 against Bayern Munich isn't happening, really. But it's the same old that we've let ourselves down once again. Naivety from everyone, from the players to the technical director to the manager, everybody. All of you lot toothless, you know. What more can you say? And now it's worse for you, Arteta, because you've probably got to win Europa League. The expectations, if you got in the Champions League, would have probably been easier. Really, would have just asked you to get out of the group stage. Now, same with United. I'm sure United fans would say it with Ten Hag. Really, if you're not getting Europa League final, no one wants to be in it anyways. But if you're not getting in the final, it's a myth. You know, I don't think Xhaka was wrong with what he said, you know, really and truly after the game. But I think you were shit on the pitch for one, and two, you know what the media is going to do. You know, they say footballers should be more honest. You know, Xhaka's words are going to get twisted and whatnot, and they're going to bust around dressing room bust ups and all of this. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be funny. Real football fans out there, bro, they should be fighting. There's nothing wrong. Football, there's high stakes, there's high testosterone. Man should be getting onto each other. I don't know, but Xhaka shouting at Odegaard tell him to shut the fuck up. Everybody have it out. Have it out, because this is too nice. It's not honest. I feel a lot of fans are like that as well. We're unnecessarily positive or negative. Where I'm not saying you can't be positive or negative where you see fit. That's your right. But I'm talking about burying your head in the sand. Misery loves company. So negative fans are just going to talk nonsense. People like burying their head in the la la land. Really, now it's gone with you know, he's only behind Tuchel, Klopp, Conte, and all them guys, and he's done all right for a rookie, man. That's true, but let's not act like we haven't bottled top four. We're probably ending up thereabouts where we could have hoped for in August, definitely after the first 3 games, but you've bottled it. There was a chance for you lot to cheat the system and accelerate the process. There was a chance for you lot to be in a competition that, on my life, I'll be surprised if some of you play Champions League football if you don't do it here, you know, but you bottled it. It's too comfortable. It's too nice. People are rewarded for just doing the basic competencies you should be doing. You know, Disney Channel stuff, always trying to rewrite history on the same 3-4 players, and they ultimately show you their levels. Paying the price. Ironically, losing to Newcastle and Spurs is probably the most appropriate, because 2 teams that invested in January. I hear what Kroenke said about not bringing in certain players. I applaud Arteta for not just signing people for the sake of it. But let's not act like we said it. January is going to look good in all or nothing, literally all or nothing. We said that January period is where we're going to look at as, okay, that was the risk. Sometimes you gamble, it doesn't pay off, and it hasn't. Dangerous game at right back, centre mid, and up front. We don't score goals. We can't defend. You know, we're leaving crap players exposed. We can't react to setbacks, as shown with we've not clawed too many points back from losing positions or drawn. We find it difficult to go to away grounds. Crystal Palace, Man United, Everton, Brighton, you know, St. James's Park, Shite Hart Lane. Inability. All I hope is that you lot learn from this. You know, you lot learn from this, because now some of you are going to be like us once again, watching Champions League in your backside yard, really and truly. And some of you, are getting 29 and that. You lot would have probably got Champions League bonuses and that. So financially, you lot have shot yourselves in the foot. You know, the glove should have been off this season. There should be legit question marks for this season. You lot don't want it. Some of you can't want it, don't want it, or don't know how to. Some of you haven't got fight. You got that. A lot of these players strike me as spoiled. You're rewarded for failure. You're rewarded for mediocrity. You lot can't react to setbacks. You lot do this woe is me thing. You know, you would think injuries are unique to Arsenal. Of course, injuries harm it. But I have little sympathy, because we weakened the squad in January, didn't bring people in. Just as an Arsenal fan, season in, season out, we see enough injuries. So, like, what am I on about? Like, half the time the players are dropping like flies. So, yeah, man, it's not making sense, really and truly. Embarrassing. It's shambolic. It's a shambles. And how many times have I sat here on YouTube or Twitch and said the feeling of regret, the feeling of regret, the feeling of regret? You can't take it back. Now it's a feeling of regret. If there is a footballing God, and to go with a dodgy lasagna at Carroll Road and somehow Spurs bottle when you win and you get top 4, fair play. Hopefully that's the latest script in the Amazon doc, but that's dead. You know, you had it in your hands and you fucked it up, fumbling or speeding the settings. You don't deserve Champions League football. You don't even deserve Europa League football. You don't even deserve fucking Lucas aid. Like, if I'm honest with you, a lot of you are pretenders. A lot of you are stealing a living. Yeah, there's midfielders there. There's certain midfielders, yeah, but I'm sure they look good in heat maps and possession pace and all of these sort of things. It's a myth. It's dead, man. I told man that we weren't Champions League ready, but they said I was negative. Anyone who said you're negative, they're drawing you out. But let's cut the crap. Whether we're Champions League ready or not, brother, you should want to get in there. See you in Europa League, my boy. No, I'm not Arteta's biggest fan, but no, I think you mean no one can say that the team hasn't done better under him. One went up. I don't know what you're saying here. Under him, one went above and beyond. It's just these players can't get over the line when it really counts. Don't know whether it's a mental block or something. No, the manager and the players have to take responsibility. The manager's shambolically done it. How many times unnecessarily has he left poor players exposed or changed systems or not changed systems? You know, Brighton, we've already got an injury at left back. You're playing Graham Potter, who's a 30 gaffer. So you go and put Smith Rowe and Odegaard, an experiment we've seen already. It's not going to bang at this moment in time in midfield. Yesterday, should have went with 3 at the back. You know, Spurs should have maybe been a bit more difficult to break down. We do not score enough goals. We cannot break down low blocks. A lot of this is a byproduct of the players, but also the manager. You can't just act like the managers pulled us along. It's not the case. They've pulled each other. We're a team. We do this thing together. You know, as much as man can draw out these shit players, every player, whether they played 10 games, 1 game, or 37, played their part to get top 4. Or in the conversations for top 4. We win, lose, or draw together. It's on everybody. The players are shit. The players are naive. The manager's bottled it, you know, as much as anything. And the manager signed up for this in January. He signed up for this in summer, not bringing in a midfielder. You know, Thomas Partey, you can't keep him fit. I don't know what's going on with Tomiyasu. You know, as an Arsenal man or as an Arsenal fan, injuries happen. I always give the example about it being cold. If it's cold, which injuries in January could be concerned, would you rather not have 10 million layers and say I can take some off rather than let people go? Even Spurs said I couldn't leave. Bergwijn, I couldn't leave. They're keeping him and they brought in Kulusevski. How much man did things? The team, there has been some building blocks. There is certain things that I like with Arteta. I've said it before. I do think we've improved defensively. Numbers do not help that. I do think there's decent stuff. But on the same hand, I do think there's an element of praising a manager for doing manager things. You know, this comes with the territory. And we should be, for me anyways, we should see what the DNA of this thing is way before now. Like, you know, I know it takes time. I know there's building blocks, but the soft underbelly, surely the easiest thing should be to install mentality. I can't ask El Nene to become Steven Gerrard. I can't ask Eddie Nketiah to become Thierry Henry. I can't ask bare things. But the one thing you can do is the mentality. Newcastle have a lot of players that walk into our team. What separated it? Mentality. Spurs have a lot of good players. They have a lot of shit players. Mentality. Crystal Palace, the same. Mentality. Their manager. I do think the manager can only, you know, he can give you all the ideas. The players have to do it, and they've got a soft underbelly for all the talking from Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, not just them. Anyone that's speaking about top 4, it's a myth. But when we win, people want to waffle. When we lose, it's almost like shush, shush, hush, hush, hush. You know, I always said it. Players are not playing for themselves. You didn't. Obviously, I want you to play for the manager, for the fans, for the club, but you didn't play for yourselves. Some of you did not want Champions League for yourselves. You crumbled. You crumbled before the first goal even went in. And as we already know, the same old, same old. Resilience, responding to setbacks. You know, 10-minute intervals. It's the second game now. 10 minutes into the second half, we've conceded. 90 seconds against Spurs in the second half, we've conceded. Last 10 minutes. For me, sometimes, and definitely in these last 2 games, you know you've lost. Lose amicably. Just lose with some self-respect. Losing and drawing and winning, all these things come with football. You know, it is what it is. But like with Conte, how they set up, like with Eddie Howe, we could sit here and waffle about how good they were, which is true. But I can only look at my team and say, yo, you lot didn't stand up to be counted. The feeling of regret's going to last forever. Time comes a healer, but you lot are going to need to significantly improve. Shambolic performance. Shambolic across all aspects. They have to ask themselves. They have to do better, man. Feeling of regret, you can't change things. You can't change things now. You should have fixed up. You should have wanted to learn when you lost to Southampton, when you lost to Palace, when you lost to Brighton, when you lost to Spurs, when you drew against Burnley, when you drew against Brighton away, when you didn't walk away with 3 points after taking the lead at home against Crystal Palace, or the same logic away at Everton or Man United. I'm not even going to do them dirty and mention the start of the season. I'm giving them a blight for that August. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and you know, these men are idiots. One love for everybody tuned in, regardless. Soft underbelly, bro. I don't think Xhaka said anything wrong. Hey, remember, save wages. I said you can't bring save wages off. I don't think Xhaka said anything wrong. I do think it's cheeky. Not cheeky, but like, you were shit as well, innit? Like, you were shit as well, so you can't really chat. And I think Xhaka says it in sly little ways. I think it was purely honest. I think it was needed. I did like the fact that he actually fronted up to the camera. Too often than not, man start running away at this football club. You know, really. We got onto a bam about being the captain and we lose and running away. I'm a big fan of Odegaard. Where was he? You're the captain, allegedly. I don't see leadership. I don't see people leading themselves. I don't see man believing in themselves, you know. Now all the papers are going to be right. You know, there was too much OTT praise. You know, Guillaume Balaguer saying, you know, I can't believe the headline. How Arteta almost led Arsenal to the Champions League. If I almost win £1 million, I'm not a millionaire. It's dead, man. What are you lot saying? It's dead, fam. It's dead, fam. Hit the like button. You do the players aren't even a problem. It's the experienced ones he built the team around. Again, please, can we make sure we're looking at what we're doing? But at the same time, it's not the young players. You're right, but again, who played them? Who reinforced them? You know, let's not turn on. One thing I'm not gonna do is turn on these guys. You lot know my feelings on Xhaka. I don't think he's a bad player. I've said it before. Anytime your foundations in midfield are built on Xhaka, you're gonna get mixed success, as we've seen throughout this season. Anytime you're relying on El Nene, you're in problems. As long as Partey's got these injury issues, you're in problems. You know. Who built that? At some point, you know, this ain't woe is me. It's not like he's just walked in and he's had to use certain things. It's not like Conte when Spurs have come ninth. Bro, this is his squad. Anyone that was brought in or got to stay is because Arteta wants them. He bet on Xhaka. He bet on certain man. He bet on Cedric. You know, these are your squad. If something happens to Tomiyasu, God forbid, you bet on Cedric to play. You know, I don't care about half of these guys that left in January, with the exception of Aubameyang, but there was no fallback plan. Other managers might have said, yo, Aubameyang, you know what, let's not beef. You know, maybe I keep hold of Maitland-Niles. Maybe I keep hold of Callum Chambers. These guys would have got Kalas same way yesterday. You don't get it twisted. But this is the inexperience. And again, a lot of that is being done because there's probably no expectations internally, and it's almost a free hit of a season for me anyways, because you don't do things like this. You know, if a serious owner sees in January that you could get top four and make sure the striker comes in, half of these guys are playing because of defaults. If Tomiyasu could stay fit, we don't know what Cedric is. If Partey could stay fit, we don't know what El Nene is. Big up Eddie and Ketia, but you're only getting a chance because Aubameyang and Arteta had issues. The Vlahovic thing were bidding for man that got no intention of signing. Lacazette lost the little form he picked up. That's no disrespect to Eddie, but this is where we're at. Much like the formations and the systems, it doesn't really seem like cerebral, calculated efforts. It just seems like we're winging it. Bro, Xhaka is right. We were shit. Like, there's no way around it. We were meaty. Hit the like button if you can, people. Let's get to 100 likes. Tough crowd. You know, fans, I'll never forgive Arsenal fans for Southampton. They're talking about, oh, we had more shots and expected goals and that. Nah, DG, it's an empty message. More interviews than decent games. I mean, it's not an empty message because, you know, he said the right things. And to be fair, Xhaka has spoken about street smartness. And to be fair, Xhaka is not good enough to build the team around. But let's not just turn, you know, half the fans were gassing him up in a few weeks ago, gassing up El Nene. And to be honest, whether I rate these players or not, same way everyone has to hold their licks, everyone played their individual part to get us here. It's a team game. Like he said, it's not tennis. The players that weren't playing, it's your job to push man in training. If you've got a first team shirt, do your thing. To be fair, by Xhaka's standards, he's had a half-decent season. It's just fundamentally, these men are not levels. Like, Dons can't stay fit. You only know your team at its weakest, you know, and our weak links are too weak, you know. It's meaty. Like, he over-relying on Saka. Saka looks spent now. And I'll never, Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, you lot get a blight because you lot played a big reason. You lot done more than the 30 players. We're betting on duds. You play silly games, you win silly prizes. Well, you can't be surprised. These men will go on little purple patches of form, might beat a little United, a little Chelsea, do a little thing you're not expected. But when it's crunch time, these men are there. It's dead, you know. A lot of players look disillusioned, and I can't really draw out young players because when you're looking left and looking right, and more experienced ones are doing the same thing. El Nene too feeble on it for the first goal, sorry, you know. And for me, El Nene he's gone back to doing that thing where there's like 4 Magpie shirts. He's standing there and asking for the ball. Oh my life, wallahi, you know you don't want the ball. You know you don't want the ball. You know you don't. You're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Our midfield in particular upset me yesterday. If anyone upset me, Xhaka. Where were you? El Nene, you were second best. Odegaard, Margaard settings, really. You know, you need to eat some hard food. And Arteta, whatever they're giving them City players, because Bernardo Silva, David Silva before him, them little man don't get brushed aside like us. Anytime it's a physical fight, we're savaged. When we bought them icy freeze in South London at Palace, we got savaged. You know, we got savaged yesterday. Joe Linton savaging, man. You know, Eddie Howe getting more clout for turning him into a midfielder. Maybe he's onto something. Didn't even bring out the Joe Willett, you know, the Joe Willett one. Them ones so that it looks like you're trying 100%, bro. He should have called out himself as well, though. And to be honest, I'm not being funny. That annoys me about football as well, you know. Like, It's football, bro. Like anyone that's been in a football environment, bro, you're meant to be able to shout at, man. You will shout at each. Obviously, there's different characters. Some guys lead by example. Some are quiet. Some are silent but violent. They say one word, everybody listens. Some men are insecure, just chatting all the time. Certain men are teachers' pets. But anyone that's been in a football environment, you should be able to have it out. No, you were shit today. Why the fuck did you do that? Why did you do that? Have it out. Be honest and then go again. Leave your egos at the door. And that's one thing that annoys me about Arsenal. I do think a lot of these players have an overinflated ego because we keep gassing them. And I know that because for me, it's reflected in how these players leave. Half of these players that have left or linked with moves away. Do you ever get the vibe that Arsenal's moving them on? Or is it, I would actually like to go? So it's brazy, man. It's brazy, bro. I'll get to you lot's question. Keep them coming in that, man. I can never fault the young G's, bro. They did, bro. They've overperformed, bro. Trust me, it's them ones it looks like, bro. You know you don't want the ball, bro. And I'm not above El Nene, you're not a ball playing midfielder and all them things, so I'm not drawing you out, but these are the bed, bro. This is it. You can do the Disneyland Channel thing, and that's all these man's stories should be. The 4 or 5 games he played prior, that's you, bro. Safe. But Arsenal fans will sit here and say that he's better than Partey. Your squad is only at its weakest. I mean, your squad is only your true strength for the squad is at its weakest. Don't tell me about when everyone's fit. Everyone's hardly going to be fit the whole season, blood. It's a myth. Arsenal fans, we've seen this story. It's like you lot watch season in, season out and just forget everything. Excellent interview by Xhaka. Arsenal fans blinded by agendas. Blinded, bro. But that's all fans are. You know, there's no honesty with Arsenal fans. You know, you say Arteta. I actually believe in Arteta. I don't believe in you to the point where the plug don't need to get pulled. I think you're doing. I don't know if you can be the guy for titles and things, but I like what you're doing. But I still think you need to be held accountable when you do dumb shit. I don't like gassing up a man when things are going well and then not saying nothing. I think too many people are just committed to seeing my man succeed, so they just condone everything. Some men are just committed to him failing. Like I said, misery loves company. Some guys and girls just want to rant and rave and chat shit. Some people just want to put themselves in positive land and things like that. Like even, bro, where's the tweet, man? I'm not getting at this done, yeah. I'm not getting at this done, but it's shit like this. These things are for what I call positively dishonest. Like I said, I'm just hitting the points. Like it's just jarring, bro. Like where is it, man? Because Mikel Arteta said himself yesterday, if you bottle top 4, it's hell, blood. So what am I on about? Sorry, people, I'm still here. Give me a second. I just want to, there's not necessarily anything wrong per se with what these dons have said, but it's like, it just feels like man are just doing the Disneyland Channel thing. You know, this don't make sense, bro. Like it's like man don't understand football, and I have to remember a lot of people ain't kicked a damn ball at Sunday League level. Man just treat football like it's polo or something, you know. And these dons are being dishonest, bro. You know, really. I don't think he said anything wrong. And I'm not getting at the person. It's just this is the sort of rhetoric I see. With a better bill of health, I think we would have got 4th this season. We would have just had to ask we've just had to ask a few too many squad players to do a bit too much for a bit too long. That's true, but what am I talking about? Injuries are part and parcel of this thing. The manager knows this. What are we talking about? Injuries come with the game. What are we talking about? There's never going to be an ideal scenario as a footballer or as a manager. Everyone's never going to be fit. And what do you think is going to happen next season? Where there's small hope if Norwich win that we can get Champions League, but maybe that's God telling me shut up. Europa League, which is statistically more games. What do you think is going to happen? That's more games in the fixture calendar list. Plus, you hope Arteta doesn't go out of the FA Cup at the first round. What the man thinks going to happen? You need a better squad. We've had to ask too many squad players to do a bit much for too long because of the gaffer and a technical director. I can't blame Arteta for players being toothless on the pitch, but the caliber of player, the options we have are a byproduct of the gaffer. Like, it's not honest. It's stuff like this that is just putting positive spins. By all means, if there's reasons to be positive or negative, do it. Don't unnecessarily be negative when there's no need or positive as well. Just be fucking honest. And then you got shit like this. So it looks like rookie manager Arteta may finish 5th behind Klopp, Pep, Tuchel and Conte. Not bad going when you consider the huge trophy winning experience of all these managers, plus the world-class experienced players they all have at their disposal. All right. Fair enough. That's not wrong. But how many world-class? It's not even that. It's about your application across the course of a season. You know, the 38 season. All right, disregard Pep and Klopp. How many, big up Tuchel, because I'm not belittling him, how many truly world-class players does Chelsea have? Truly world-class players. I can't really think of one. Truly world-class, like world-class, you can't think of one. How many world-class players does Conte have? Truly world-class, about 2. Son and Kane, if anything. You know, Romero good, Kulusevski and Bensko have had this. What am I talking about? They have got experience, but that experience has shown people like with Conte managing emotions, not getting excited, playing the game, not the occasion. Tuchel's had a mess of a season. You man keep talking about third. You man could have even got third if you didn't bottle it. So what we talk is stuff like this that is dishonest, and I'm not even going to go and find the negative ones because they're unnecessary. Like I said, everyone's free for their opinions, but this is what I mean. Why is it not? You know, why have we not just got to be honest with ourselves? It's an inability to do that, bro. Rudiger, I wouldn't even say Rudiger's world class. No disrespect to anyone, but he's chatting shit, bro. Like it's not making sense. Son, that's what I said, Son and Kane. But people might debate Son. Even that's 2 players. Last time I checked, you have 11 players on the field. Kane just started scoring goals last week as well. He took the bulk of the season off, really. So shout out to Kane. But they didn't do it alone. If man are just relying on individual brilliance of Kane and my man, bro, Spurs would still be where they were. It's a team effort. It's like people don't understand football. I'm not saying I do, but I know a bit more than when people are chatting shit like this. What am I? It's a mad thing. Oh, Ramsdale needs to improve in that as well. I still stand behind Ramsdale. Ramsdale's still my. He's looking frail. His distribution was terrible yesterday and whatnot. It is what it is. If we didn't have Conte and we swapped managers, Fulf would have been wrapped up months ago for you. I don't know any of that. Maybe I can't. If your dad had a vagina, you might have 2 mums. I don't know about none of that. I don't know about none of that because Conte probably would have cut out from Arsenal when they're saying certain things. He might even still cut out with Spurs. Champions League probably keeps his stay. I don't know about none of that. But what I do know is it's chocolate teapot settings. You had a hand on it. You fumbled the bag, bro. Fumbled the bag. I don't know about none of that. But it's just meaty. Ultimately crumbling. Self-inflicted nonsense, bro. Game of maybes, bro. It's like, you know, a man saying if we kept everyone fit, it's like that season where Don said, oh, Ozil would have broken the goal scoring thing if we bought a striker. We didn't, bro. Man can't do the thing. Man can't, like, what? Ramsdale's still my guy, man. He's still my guy. Hey, pattern up, you dirty, rotten, chill out. From a footballing sense, I don't know what you and your friends are doing in your scheme, but we're only standing behind players in a footballing sense. I don't know about that. Why for that? I don't know why you would even think that. Brazy done. You know, I know I'm a sexy guy, but please turn me off. I don't know for you, bud. You're moving brazy. So yeah, let me take in what you lot are saying, man. We'll get into our comments in a sec, but I'm doing too much talking. Bro, regardless of Arsenal's chances for fourth, it's irrelevant. You know, Arsenal should be fighting for fourth every year, regardless of what other teams did. That's their business. You know, I'm sure Leicester give a crap about what other teams are doing when they won the league. That's their business. You know, do what you need to do. When you hold yourself accountable, when you win your games, you can take advantage. You know, without Man City and Liverpool, and obviously people are gonna be buying guys and that. Nobody's clear of anyone. Like, you know. Is everyone's inconsistent. Man are fighting for us, United, West Ham, Spurs who ultimately won it, and even Wolves at a time. We're fighting for fourth because we're inconsistent. And really, fourth is some made up. It's not even a trophy, but it's some made up trophy because of the money that comes in the Champions League and the byproduct of what it's become. Everyone's going to improve, but at the same time, that shouldn't scare anyone. You mean to tell me teams and managers are going to want to improve on the previous season and look at where they can sign better players? Wow, people want to improve. What did we think? People are just going to stagnate? Fucking hell. Like, fam. It's dead, fam. It's dead. Just not good enough. We'll take that. Relax, Arsenal make top 4. It's written. I don't know, man. You might be dyslexic still. I don't know where it's written, but big up your thing, innit? Like, I don't know, but big up you. Crazy, man. And again, if you're going to do this young player projecting, you got to sign some players, some mature players that can help them. Ramsdale's shown his age. Let's be honest, Ben White got collapsed, yeah, but he also got collapsed at Chelsea. How many times have I said him and Gabriel, they're starting to show their age now? They're starting to look a bit booky, you know? This is where you need cooler heads. This is where you need to be able to change systems and do little things. Because Conte knew exactly what he wanted to do, and players bought into it, and the players had a bit more bottle. Let's be honest, Spurs' players are better mentally prepared than us. Forget Conte. They've been in the top four longer than us. They're older than them. They're more experienced. They've got more good habits. I don't want to praise Spurs at all, but they've got better habits than us. We've got a lot of naive players that are just, wow, man, at Arsenal. You got some shit experienced players that know they're not playing again. You know, I never want to see Cedric Suarez again. No agenda thing. You're not alone, but you're not levels, bro. You're not. You had a little 3-4 games this season where you've done all right, but more time, even when you've played well, you've got collapsed. Any winger that bucks you collapses you. St. Maximin collapsed you. You know, Harvey Barnes collapsed you. Sancho, not many Man United highlights. We'll have one against Arsenal with you. You know, the Sunderland Donny. You know, Bare Dons have ripped you. Nottingham Forest, Bare Dons have ripped you. You lot are discount, bro. Even Spurs can't bottle it, and to be honest, I don't care. Even if Spurs bottle it, that's good. I want them to bottle it, but man, it'd be even hard for them to do that. And at the same time, we need to control our own variables, bro. 379 of you locked in, only 94 likes. You lot are violating, man. What's going on, man? What's going on? Tough to mention Sancho. Nah, man. I'm being serious. Like, nah, banter aside, you know I run the bants with Sancho, but I'm just saying, think about it logically. Any winger that bucks Suarez, you're on taking him on. You're on it, bro. You're on it. Look, bro, I'm being serious. Watford away as well. Come on, bro. And it's not even just a PMP thing. If you're skillers, if you're quick, well, even the fullbacks target blood. He's taking corners. You're showing Cedric how to take one, bro. It's crazy, man. Win, lose, and drawing comes with football. I'll hold my banter from other fans and whatnot, but it's meaty, blood. A draw against not, but a draw takes them through. Then Norwich have to win, bro. Like, so myth, blood. It's a myth, blood. Europa League's probably, you know, it's where it is. But again, Europa League's a myth as well. The only benefit I would say, at least couple 2-2 youth, man, you know, that are about the Patanos, Amari Hutchinson, if he hasn't gone on loan, them and there, they might get their little debuts in that, do their thing in Europa League. Obviously, El Nene, you could sign a new deal. That's you, Lokonga. That's some experience. Tavares, you need to be going on loan permanently. That's your thing, you know. Whoever, Matt Turner, that's you. You man can play in that, but bro, if you can't manage a squad where you got one game a week, really, then bro, you can't. It's only gonna get tougher. The bigger you go, the tougher it gets. You know, we win, lose, and draw the same way. How we played yesterday was no different from how we kind of beat Chelsea and United and West Ham. We play this emotional thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Man are relying on Norwich. That makes me sick. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I think Arsenal deserve top 4 this year. Just an unfortunate blip. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. You get what you deserve, innit? Even when man said, you know, like even when they said United finishing second one year was a false image. In many ways it was, because United weren't the second best team in the league. But at the same time, the table don't lie. You get where you finish. Simple as that. You get what you have to win games and realize points and things like that, man. What you lot saying, man? Can't post links. You gotta be a mod. Let me scroll all the way up, man, because there's bare comments. I feel like I'm doing you lot dirty. I appreciate all the engagement across Twitch and YouTube, people. You lot are moving mad. But let me scroll all the way up, man. I don't want to disrespect no one. Let me see what you lot are saying. Was absolutely shocked at the complete lack of any reaction. Anytime you come up against a real atmosphere where performance is needed, bro, man, crumble Jenga settings, bro. And I'm not like, this is why I don't like the youth thing, because Arteta should be breeding this with their players. Pause to react to that, and the players have to get it in check, bro. This is why man should. What do you think the Champions League's going to be about, bro? If you can't pattern respectfully St James's Park, what do you think is going to happen when you butt them Eastern European clubs and whatnot, where the man there's no tops on, there's flares and whatnot? I see it every Sunday. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm a hooligan on the sidelines, people, scaring dons and doing things. So I can see it. The other day, God forgive me, you know, if I can't repeat what I said, but yeah, man, it is what it is. If you're not there, then you need to come out of England. You can't. Or some of you just say you want to play 23s. The Emirates ain't even quiet again. I'm not putting pressure on Ten Hag the first season, but he's going to spank Arteta nonetheless. Pause. I don't care about that, man. Both our clubs are fooling, man. I don't care about that. It's one of them. I just want to look internally at what we're doing. I don't care about none of that. Although I'm seething with this, I'm willing to give Arteta the benefit of the doubt. He should be equipped properly in the summer, but his head should be on the chopping block from day one. There needs to be a question mark, bro, because Arteta, bro, this is your squad. This is your squad. No one's in that squad or out that squad because they weren't supposed to be. Improvement that leads to nothing is pointless. It just leads to players leaving for better teams, i.e. Saka, shout AM. You know what, DG? I'm happy we ain't in Champions League. We would have been battered against Europe's League. Fuck that. I'll take getting battered with them. We deal with that. It's the champion. It's not happening. We're fucking shits. So it's not happening. As you always say, Arteta was a midfielder and he hasn't sorted out the midfield problem. Managers have to manage, dog. It's not, you get it. What more can you say, bro? What more can you say? Arteta will never make top 4. He's not good enough. Sorry. Newcastle looked like they were going for top 4 last night. Bro, trust. But there's been times teams have played twice a week and we look like the slower team. I would say preparation. The players have an inability to prepare themselves mentally, in my opinion, and they need to learn. And I have to extend that to Arteta on one hand. As much as Arteta has to take his criticism for January for some of his tactics. He can give you water, he can't help you drink. And Xhaka indirectly kind of alluded to it as well. The players are weak mentally. I don't know what I can't lie. I don't know what sort of scheme you lot think you're in more time. I'll be real. We have improved slightly, but not enough for the time he's been here. Look at the impact that Eddie Howe has made in a short period. Conceded more than last season. We can't score because them man are serious gaffers. To be honest, I'm not even mad or upset. No one deserved that full spot. No, let's not lie. This is me, Debo. Appreciate that, M. We'll get into the Xhaka interview specifically. Talk to them birds right. They try to force you to stay. To be fair, well, I can't lie. You know what? When a Spurs traveling to Carroll Road, man, I might have to pose as birds right and do the dodgy lasagna thing, man. That's the only way. DG, do you think the window in which we had in the summer was overhyped? Everyone was gassing. I think it was average. I think it was needed. I think it's the best one we've had in a while. But as I said then, how can you really change the foundations if you didn't bring in any squad players? And for me, you know, you can't. There was a lot of talk about the spine. Yeah, you bought in 50 million Ben White to partner Gabriel. Tomiyasu came in to complement Tierney. Ramsdale behind them, obviously. And a couple other things were done. But the midfield. Defense wins you titles, strikers wins you games. It's a midfield battle week in, week out. Lost the midfield battle against Spurs. Lost it against, couldn't deal with the icy freeze them at Crystal Palace. Couldn't deal with it yesterday with Longstaff, Joe Linton, who's been molded there. And obviously my man Guimaraes, who you could have bought. Anytime that midfield and them midfield options are not good enough. You ain't got no number 6s that can be tenacious apart from Partey. You ain't got no guys that want the ball consistently. You know, you've got Xhaka where you got to love-hate him. You got Partey who's a flight risk. You got El Nene who's flavour of the month, but always shows he's meaty. You got Lokonga who don't look over his shoulder and he's young, so I discount his thing a bit. You know, you need a couple midfielders. Like Arteta needs to understand. It's like I gave the example with a promoted team. If you get promoted from the Championship, the gaffer that got you lot promoted, he can't bring everybody. There might have been some guy that played all the Championship games, but when you get to the Prem, he might not be levels. And I just think you have to understand that certain man can't go on the journey you're attempting to go to. DG, what would you say our playing style is? Because it's not possession, because we can't control games. Freestyling and vibes. Trust, we do it. We don't talk. Shut the hell up, blood. Shout out G1. Shout out G1 as well, man. Appreciate you tuning in. And you know what? Throughout the course of the season, G1 and everyone, it's appreciative, man. Nothing will change. Manager can't handle egos or personalities. No top player doesn't have an ego. Arteta will bring in more meek, nice boys and we'll finish 6th and 7th. DG, do you think Norwich will beat Tottenham? I don't know for none of that. I don't even, respectfully, I don't care, bro. No, I don't actually for what it is, but don't fuck with that. Any Arsenal fan that wants to, you know, have a little glimmer of hope and pre-Norwich, you know, it would be Spurs, but it's done, bro. You've given your... How many times is the universe going to give you chances, bro? We've been here. We was here under Unai Emery. How many times Arsenal have fucked up and got chances? It's done, bro. Xhaka out here killing his teammates, but then they making more progressive passes, and Xhaka now suspended for Everton. But yeah, stand up and be counted. To be fair, man, I think you're doing Xhaka a bit dirty, man. I'm a Spurs fan and I watch your Tobe show. Shout out Tapping Tobes. Go and follow him. He's a spud, but yeah, man. I respect how you talk. Do you think Saka was fit? He looked unfit for a few weeks now, bro. Probably not. Ben White was shit. Gabriel was meaty, but then man, they are struggling with fitness. And when you don't have a squad, you start collapsing your good players. Of course, you know, Saka looks spent. You want to be in a position next season where, yo, Saka, come out the team right now, get a little rest. We go again, sort of thing. You know, obviously, if you have a shit squad, the more you use Partey, Tomiyasu, Saka, the centre halves, logically, if you have a toy and you play it a lot of times, it's gonna get mad. Some of you do certain things all the time and get friction burn, so you understand what overusing certain things are, innit? Facts. That's why the young players, I hold them accountable. They can do no wrong to me. You lot of, if anybody has overperformed in relation to Arsenal Football Club, it's them young players. It's them young players. Specifically Saka, Smith Rowe, even though he's lost his juice a bit, and obviously Martinelli, and maybe other people. No one else can tell me about overperforming and over exceeding expectations, because both of them, man, there have got double figures for goals and assists. If you ain't got that, shut up. Even to be honest, maybe of recent to a degree, Eddie and Nketiah, I didn't think much of you. I think somewhat of you now, really. And all I hope is that the transfer targets are adjusted, because Champions League was a dream. Champions League was a movie. You know, it was probably top 6. So any target, obviously, when the market closed in August, you don't just wake up today and say, yo, we need to buy summer dons. You're looking all year. So them targets, you know, as I always said, you need a plan B, plan A, plan B, plan C, all of these sort of things in the market. Obviously, if we got Champions League, the Telemans, the Gab Jesus, the Darwin Núñez, this guy, that guy. But you need Doomsday now. Joe Bloggs, who's a decent centre mid and can grow with this team. It is what it is. This is the territory we need to get into now. Crazy. Like, this is where we need to go. It's as simple as that. Like, anyone gets obliged, the young thugs them. No one else. You're the only ones that make man proud to be an Arsenal fan. Some of you are sometimes-ish. That's the problem. In life, you have to want every day. Like, I don't ask nothing of Arsenal Football Club. I don't ask of myself. Of course, there's some days I'd rather not be sat here, or there's some days I'd rather not be doing certain things. But I want it bad enough. I want my goals bad enough. So every day there's a certain level of consistency I demand with myself. I'm sure if we got to see you lot in training, we think differently, but you lot want it sometimes. You lot don't want it bad enough. And I'm not even talking about Champions League. You lot don't want to be the best you can be. You lot don't want it. Because you wouldn't keep doing this. Certain man would learn from mistakes. Certain people would adjust themselves. There'd be a reaction. You're traveling up and down. Bro, how long is the flight to Newcastle? Or if they took coach to do that? Fair enough. No heart, no fight, no desire, no balls, pause. That is dead. Come on, hit the like button if you can, people. Trust. Our captain was sitting. Bro, I couldn't understand that, bro. Our captain was sitting on the floor. I was like, you don't need to get up, go have a shower and get the hell out of St. James's Park. I don't want to see no water as well. You lot, water and bread. You lot should not even know what Lucozade is. As I said against Spurs, that little, I don't even know what it is, but them little energy pack things these players do, you don't deserve that. That's for Premier League footballers. You man need to go back to Sunday League. These man need to do dog laps around Hackney Marshes. These don't need to go watch Sunday League at Enfield playing fields, at Market Road, at Hackney Marshes. You don't need to see what being resilient's about. He's dead, bro. There's no speed in anything, man. A bit of pressure and the players all lose all composure. I'm not the biggest Arteta fan, but at the end of the day, the players have to work and implement the game plan. So why, when we win, is it always that's never the case, bro? Like, again, I hear that it's all together. The players have bottled it. Arteta's bottled it. Arteta ain't shown no composure in these last 10 games. Even the victories. Let's be real. Chelsea. I'd say West Ham was probably the best without emotion, probably the most comfortable. Chelsea, we started well when we was doing Bandulu. United, it was Bandulu. We won, but it was calm, you know. Why is there no praise for the players getting it done? There's been very few games where I'm like, raw, man, well, spot on defensively. We don't understand. These players, you know, chasing perfection in life's a myth. But these players don't chase the unimpossible thing of that. Some of you lot might have thought you arrived, and this club loves complacency, just like we won the FA Cup. And again, we're not street smart. And I'm not being funny. Obviously, youth is a factor in things, but some of you have played enough games, bro. Some of you have played enough games to know and understand, okay, maybe I need to follow my runner. Anyone, but Mr. Suarez, please, man, P45 settings. DG, do you think we can still sign man like Jesus? Tell him. To be honest, I don't see why Telemans, even what he's saying, I don't think he's a player to be on all of that. Like, you should still be able to go grab Telemans. Hey, this, I mean, standards are on the floor. If you want an easy ride, pause, come to this club. If not, boy, them man, they are myths. I'd rather Ivan Tony than Calvin Lewin. Arsenal are a bigger club than my club, Spurs, but Spurs are acting like a bigger club right now, I feel. Just acting like a flipping competent club, really. You know, even Daniel Levy, even if he doesn't give a crap about Spurs going and doing bigger things and winning certain things, you know, he saw, okay, cool, I can make some money if we get Champions League, you know. That's what I was hoping Kroenke was gonna show people. Like, okay, cool. Hey, Arteta, what do you mean you're not buying a striker in January? There's some Champions League money on the other hand. I don't, even if we had a striker and Aubameyang was there doing the bits and pieces, we still probably would have bottled it. But at the same time, you know, one has to wonder if there was saved wages versus an actual striker, what they could have done. Goals change games, you know, if we just had one of them. But we didn't. So we've got to hold our L, man, and just accept it. That we made our bed. We people can waffle about signing certain players and whatnot in January, but it's meaty, man. It's absolutely meaty, you know. Again, and the thing that jars me is conditioning of the players. I'm no medical man, no physio man. I don't know about none of that, but there's clearly something wrong with the conditioning of these players because certain man, I don't know Tomiyasu's injury record, and I'll stand corrected, but I didn't. It just seems like you've come here, you've been at flight risk. Partey is well documented, no injury issues. The minute he comes here, there's problems. So the conditioning, over relying on Saka spent, burnt out. You know, how many times has Saka gone down in games and the next week Arteta's like, oh, you know what, it's touch and go. And we've seen that several times, really. So the condition of certain players, you know, certain man can play one game and 20 minutes and do certain things. Certain man need a run of games beyond the obvious, you know. Pepe ain't played much. We're expecting him with the concussion sub. That's how I know we're desperate to do bits. Smith Rowe was poor and he's not been in the team, but he don't look fit again because he looks a bit rusty, you know. Couple man look spent, really. Arteta needs to know that not everybody needs to play every game, really. Keep forcing Smith Rowe and Odegaard in the same team, and I'm all for that, but there's certain games. Newcastle weren't one of them. It weren't one of them. It was not one of them. What do you look for next season in order to see progress? Ain't it obvious, bro? The same things are cool for this year. Consistency, knowing what I'm going to see. Even when things were working, you don't know what Arsenal, well, the last two you could say, but you don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up. If I don't know what's going to turn up within 180 minutes of football, how can I say 5 games, 10 games, 20 games, this period, that period? I need to see more cerebralness as well. You know, you know what you did for large parts, you did what I asked, you know, got through the December period from January until March, from March until April. Then when it gets to April till May, what did I say? Don't throw it away. Don't have any regrets. Don't, you know, have any regrets. Don't throw it all away. And you have. So, and more bottle, obviously. More experience. Bring in certified experienced players. They don't have to be big names. But so when Saka and these lot are looking disillusioned, man can see it. These lot have soft underbellies. And the one guys that are a bit rugged in that, we overcompensate and overestimate their abilities. So I look for the obvious, you know, let flipping score some goals, keep some clean sheets, stop conceding cheap goals, challenge for top 4, go all the way to Europa League, ain't it all the way to the final? It's self-explanatory, blood. I'm not convinced about Smith Rowe. He isn't that guy. But I say, listen, I don't know for all potential and all of that. What I know is Smith Rowe's a good player, and I'm happy to have him at Arsenal Football Club, and I've got no worries about him. Emil Smith Rowe. Big up him and Saka, man. You lot have put pride in the flipping shirt again. We can criticize them, but what we can't act is them. If anyone's deserved it, is where it is. You know, they've flipping done what they could. I'm even a big fan of Odegaard, but you're not a tug in certain aspects that we need. You don't have to play everyone in every game. Can't lie, Xhaka does overestimate his importance, but yesterday I don't think he was wrong in anything he said. The midfield pivot, bro. The midfield, your defense isn't fit, your midfield pivot isn't fit, and anyone who's really convinced with Xhaka and Partey, which is our best pivot, by the way, Anyone who's convinced in it and its ability, I'm sorry, but you're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar. If you really think that's big enough and good enough, pause, to do what we need to do, you're a flipping liar. You're lying. You're lying to yourself. How you guys blaming your 3 losses in a row when you were 4 points clear 2 games ago? You're not making sense. You just want to run bants, you know. There's various points for dropping a point. You know, even if we did drop these last 2 games, which we did, it's deeper than that. As I said, it's like when Emre missed out on top 4 and got 5th by a point. It weren't just that. There were several games. So I understand the banter, but like, you're not making sense, man. If you're going to troll correctly, man. Saka don't look fit, but if he is after last night's performance, I'd like him to go gym in the summer. Odegaard, I have no hope for. Man needs steroids. That's harsh. He set Pepe on the hero thing. He's like, I remember you. I remember you. I used to bring you on the second half of the season last year. How you doing, mate? Crazy, man. DG, remember when people were making graphs and tables of our starting 11 was all there from the beginning of the season? Trust. Favoritism is Arteta's biggest downfall. I wouldn't say so. Every manager has favorites, really, but it's an inability. For me, Arteta flexes his muscles and tries things at the wrong times. When it's time to keep a cool head, obviously, like the players, he crumbles. Arteta drew out Tavares for the foul throw, but protected Holding for trying to beat up Son. Absolutely disgusting. Bro. Who said Pepe? You could never say Pepe was good business to me. That was dead. I big up Super Tommy Tuchel. Yeah, sure. It's nice to see Chelsea fans have crawled out under a rock after the FA Cup final. That's all I got, people. Yeah, sure. Conte and Tuchel might have more points, have better tactics and managers, but how many times have their match-going fans sung "We've got Super Mikel Arteta" during the game? Exactly 0. Hey, that was funny, man. Conte doesn't deserve Champions League, doesn't deserve credit for Champions League when it was us flopping against Palace, Brighton, and Southampton. Bit harsh because Spurs still have to win the points. Like, it's a bit harsh. That just sounds sour, bro. Crazy stuff, man. Conte did his magic once again. He lives for pressure moments, unlike Arteta. But hey, I mean, Conte's record in Europe is a bit rubbed, so I'm just hoping man can do a little laugh thing at Spurs next year. But yeah, man. Dons were warned the league is 38 games. Dons were warned about thin squads. Dons were warned about the form of the youth. But a man was called negative trust. Arsenal suck. I'm burning my kit and boycotting Arsenal. You're gonna end. One, I don't think you're gonna do it. You won't do it. You won't do it. Record it. You won't do it. We're at 171 likes. You won't do it. And second of all, like, you're just gonna have to buy another one, man. You know in your heart you're not gonna do that, man. Don't waste mummy's money, man. Probably been working extra shifts to get you that. Don't act up, man. Yeah, played football unlike these waffle merchants on Twitter who sound like they've never kicked a ball in their lives. The fan base is broken. This is the most united and positive I've seen us in a long time. How's it broken then? Fair enough. We stagnated when we had top 4. Maybe fans think other clubs will do the same. I don't know, man. I hate when people say we're overachieving because we're 5th. We came 8th last season. It wasn't going to get any lower than 8th, so it's not overachieving. It's not overachieving for what? Every time you beat us, you suffer at the end of the season. Better lose next season. Appreciate the comments, man. Make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Arsenal going to take Rob Holding to the Champions League next season. But yeah, but Arsenal fans were preying on Vlahovic's downfall. You know, acting mad weird. The fact that, you know, following every bloody thing he's doing. Everton win first, they might not turn up. So it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter. Like, whether they turn up or not, it's irrelevant. Like, the season's done. You lot just go out there, win the game against Everton, give the fans the fans that are bothered to turn up a little, and then fuck off and go on holiday. Simple as that. Like, what more can you say? Get out of it. Like, that is it. That is absolutely it. Like, you lot can do the supporting Norwich thing. Like, it's done, bro. Focus on Europa League. Edu, go and get the targets done, innit? Go and begin the process of building stuff, man. Simple as that. Don't care about nothing else. I believe, mate, Norwich will win 2-1 at home and we'll win at home, mate. Conte hasn't experienced a truly Spursy moment. That's great. I hope so. I want to be wrong. I don't give a crap about that. I like to control the variables. You, man, lost it. If God wants to be nice and he is out there and he wants to bless us with that, fair play. But fuck all of that, man. That's dead. That's dead, man. I ain't no one trying to hear that bullshit, man. Who gives a crap, bro? Like, you lot pattern off what you need to pattern. I don't care about none of that. Like, when you man wanted it, you should have done your thing, man. Of course, I hope there's crumbling. Just that's dead, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that, man. I'll be real. I'm not trying to hear none of that. As I always see, I try and make a big case of telling people, look inwards, bro. Like, we need to look inwards, fam. You need to pattern off yourself. You need to be able to go and do things. I've offered my opinions. I don't think Xhaka said anything wrong. Say we lose to Norwich, not going to happen, but you're confident you beat Everton. I do think we're going to beat Everton because it would be Arsenal now that the thing's done to do that. But yeah. Hey, apparently what's the date today? 2 days until a new kit launches. So yeah, man. Anyone can win in life, innit? But betting on Norwich. But hey, it's got to be like when Tevez. Remember when West Ham went to Old Trafford on the last day of the season, and Tevez. They're the times Tevez was shit as well. He was just turning good. He scored and they stayed up. It has to be something more dramatic than that. As I said, unless you're gonna get a dodgy lasagna for them Spurs players, might as well forget about it. All the stats show that Tottenham deserve fourth. Only Liverpool had more wins than them this year. Listen, that's good for them, innit? Like, internally, whether Spurs deserve it, don't deserve it, United don't deserve this club, that club, it's all irrelevant, bro. Man, just want to look in-house at what we're doing. I don't give a crap about that. Do not give a crap. There is no trophy. We do have the youngest squad, but again, this is the thing with the project. You've got to marry them with experience. Do not care, man. I don't care for next season about who's going to strengthen. Again, if you do your job internally, it doesn't matter what people are doing next season, bro. Just look internally, man. Tell me about next man and girls. Just focus on what we're doing. The Bamian's laughing as well, but man tried to say he's the problem. I wouldn't say I'm happy with fifth, factoring in August, of course, but since top four's become a thing, it could be better, it could be worse. It is what it is, bro. Like, I'm not being funny. I've seen my team win the league, not losing. Like, I can't be happy. There's no medals for that. You can't, when you retire, you can't tell your grandkids, I finished fifth in 2022. That's dead. It's crazy, man. If Partey and Tini were there, we'd have won. Partey would have busted. I mean, again, if your mom had a Willie, she might be your dad. Like that, ifs and buts, can't deal with that. We might still be on an invincible run if Mike Dean weren't a cheater at Old Trafford. If Barca didn't cheat, we might be Champions League winners. If Mason Mount had some bottle, Chelsea might win the FA Cup. That's all if, buts, maybes, and all these things. If we didn't win the league, and if we didn't batter United in 1998, they might not have done the treble. I can't deal with all of that. I can only deal with what's in front of me. And again, you're never going to have everybody available at every optimal moment. It's a myth to think everybody's going to stay fit, especially a Don that hasn't been able to stay fit. That's all dead, man. Fuck all of that, man. I mean, that's good for Spurs. I hope you're right, man. But listen, it's not about, I don't really care for Spurs right now or this club or that club. It's an internal thing. We need to look inwards. Fair enough, though. Charles, cannons on the chest just busting beer blanks. Meaty. Charles. Pukey got something for Spurs. Calm down, G. Yeah. I hope so. As I'm just saying, I just don't care. Like, if he does, I'll look at the highlights and be like, oh, wow, Spurs, how did you do that? But I don't care about that. Like, Who's this? The Perchy. It's a nice display. That's a nice graphic, isn't it? Xhaka isn't suspended. It's 15 games, not 10 for a yellow after 25. The young G's are knackered, man. Saka's knackered. Hey, what happened there? Oh, that was weird. Did you lot just... Wait, just deleted this. What happened there? Can you lot still hear me? Maybe the YouTube gods have had enough. (2006) was an Emirates era. Not sure what you're asking me there. I don't think we're crying. We're talking football, man. So what's your problem? You know what they say. You know what? Let me allow your mum. She's a nice guy, man. See what I did there, innit? Pause. Biggest mistake was giving Odegaard the armband soft. He's not my sort of captain. You lead by example, but them things there, semif, man. Man's relying on these young G's to get us through 30, 40 games a season. Always the same story. Only question is when most of the time it's January. Should have kept Tommy on the left, Cedric on the right. Can't see how Martinelli deserved to be dropped. I think Tomiyasu was good on the right-hand side. It would have been a lot worse with Cedric from the start, really. Big up DG. Really didn't want to be right, but I knew when Spurs got Conte that they would get that full spot. We were so close, but it wasn't enough. Bottled it as per. Pardon me. Shambolic from the whole club, manager boards. Funny how at the start of the season I said we was getting fifth, and I'm still not happy. Incompetent ownership, hiring incompetent management who have failed time and time again to adequately assemble a team that can actually play decent football for a season. Harsh, but harsh is reality, man. Bro, do you think players getting more money and fame at a young age is hampering how they play? Probably, but I'd like to think it doesn't affect them really, apart from on the field. I don't think any footballer goes there and thinks I'm getting 50 grand. I don't need to score in that. And I wouldn't say Arsenal are most handsomely paying their young players. They're experienced pensioners. Yeah, why not? But yeah, man. Crazy, man. Appreciate you. DG, you celebrating if you man snatch top 4, even though your net's going to be difficult. Well, of course, my team would have got Champions League football, but it's not happening, bro. Flaky, bro, UK living. Flaky. I support a lower league team, but it's well known that Arsenal over the past 6-7 years are flaky and come up short every time a situation becomes highly pressured. The only way is older players. The right older players, because it's the experienced players crumbling. Certain men that weren't here today will crumble tomorrow. I mean, I care about the kids. Kids look wavy, bro. I'm still copying it, though. I'm not going to cap. DJ, you looking at the Prem table? What's a Prem table? I wasn't looking at it then. I'm definitely not looking at it now. He might be ahead of you, lot, though. Are you talking all the way from 7th? Brother, please leave me alone with this bullshit about losing, about Thingy doing it, man. That's cool. You confident on Sunday? Not necessarily, but it is what it is, man. The season's done, innit? It could only get a lot, it can only get better from there. Season's done, really. At least it's over. Like, Curtis ripped his t-shirt yesterday after Kamara scores it with scenes. Curtis is acting. Big up Curtis, but that's acting. What, the Arsenal shirt? YouTube money must be treating him different. That's acting. Like, bro, you're going to have to buy a new one. They got to do better next season. Is that what you're saying, Deluded? Trust. Knackered with one game a week is dead. To be fair, even playing one game a week is tough. People forget the football calendar list. And we still had games where we played twice a week as well. Come on. Appreciate that. Trust. Looks like Arsenal have saved wages regarding the Champions League bonus. Love for the super chat. Spurs will need to qualify for the group stages, right, DG? Same for Man U. At least we're automatically in something. It is what it is. Big up your channel, DG. Appreciate that. I don't think Spurs have to. That's acting, bro. That's acting. Curtis is act. That's poor from Curtis, though. Hope it went viral, though, and it brings more to the platform for my guy Curtis. But that's acting because you're gonna have to buy the shirt again. To be fair, the season's almost done. So yeah, man. Cameron Jerome moving crazy. But that's what football does to you, man. I don't think your players are bad. It's just the unserious environment breeds mediocrity. There's that. I do think as shit as certain players are, a certain other gaffer or someone that has more clarity or is not learning and discovering their management technique might get a lot more out of them. But at the same time, fundamentally, certain men are just meaty. Like, guys are going to show you their level, really. Certain men are just not good. Like, and with Arsenal fans, they get gassed. Like, these guys will play good for 3-4 games. We'll put a shaky run of performances together. People start rewriting history. Marie's better than Gabriel. Tavares offers what Tierney can't. Cedric means we don't need a backup right back. El Nene is better than Partey. These are things that fans have said. Crazy. As a fan base, this is a dark place for us. Really? I wasn't really expecting more than a humble Europa League this season anyways, but the opportunity was there. I'm looking at Arteta weird. I'm just looking at you funny, bro. Lacazette, new contract as well. Love for the super chat. Arteta was foolish not using Pepe and not resting Saka. More super foolish if he does not integrate Saliba. Most foolishness for snoozing in Jan. Big up Samantha. Watch my team Tottenham bottle it. Tottenham fans since 98 will be on brand to bottle it, but if we don't, you're not bottling it. You can't bottle it. Even you lot cannot bottle it. It's impossible to Norwich. Man, think Norwich are gonna beat Spurs. Listen, by all means, clip me, laugh at me if I get it wrong. I would love it. I hope there's a dodgy lasagna. I hope Arsene Wenger's had a sentiment. I hope this is just the last twist and turn in this season's all or nothing documentary. But nah, man. Even a blind man can see Spurs are in Europe. I just have to, what goes around comes around. Man, I just have to laugh when you go out of the Champions League next season. But that's a myth. That is a myth. Let's see what Arteta has actually said, man, because I know he must have said something after this game. I actually haven't seen his comments. The life we live, man. It's the life we live, dog. Day in the life of an Arsenal fan, man. Bro, it's not even the kids. The kids them have done their job. Like, I can't lie. If anything or anyone or any aspect of this football club is overperforming, it's them young bulls. It's not these shit dons. There's 400 of you locked in. We still ain't got 300 likes. We're at 226. Boy, these lot are duds, man. Dodgy lasagna plus Pookie hat-trick loading. I hope so. Them man are shit though, man. I hope Billy Gilmore can do a thing, really, but these are shit. When do we get footy talk with Ransom and T? Should be fun. I mean, if you don't know, you're not a real fan of our show if you don't know what day it is. Go follow me on, you must be following me on Twitch. Go support Ransom Matisse on Twitch and you'll see it, innit? Can't rely on kids. You can't rely on shit experienced twats either, can you? Like, dons are shit, man. This is the foundations. When certain men were meaty in midfield in their careers, they're going to bring through other meaty dons. You are what you attract. If you're a meaty don, you're going to play meaty guys and give meaty dons opportunities. Mikel Arteta on the defeat, injuries, and Sunday's game. What? Oh. It's a really tough. We've done today is not easy. Newcastle were 100 times better than us in every department from the beginning to the end, and it's hard to accept, but you have to accept it, and that's the reality of what happened today on the. How's it hard to accept? How's it hard? You've been in several times. How's it hard to accept? You lot defeated yourselves as well as Newcastle. He then said we knew what was at stake, but we didn't cope with it. So these players didn't get their head right. Some of them can't play for this club then. The best footballers are the best thinkers in the decisions they make, in their ability to handle their temperament, in their ability to react to setbacks. The gaffers as well. A team is a reflection of the gaffer. We didn't compete. We never got into the game. We put ourselves in trouble time after time. We lost every draw. Every aspect of the game, we're second best, and Newcastle totally deserved to win the match, probably by a bigger margin as well. Fair enough. On if we need a miracle, like, brother, you need a miracle. We need to win and we need a defeat from them. And we know that in football, that's always possible. And if anything happens, you have to be there in order to do that. Where you, even if Spurs lose, I could see a reality where you both lose, really. And they still do it based on this. You have to be there in order to do that. Today, you have to put your head down, swallow all the disappointment that we all feel. Why I feel that, and hopefully, and tomorrow start again, bro. There's no tomorrow, blood. There's no tomorrow, Arteta. There's no tomorrow. Where's the comments? Where is it? Because there was a comment from last week about how you look ahead. Start looking backwards of what the team's doing. You got man saying they only look forward. You got Don saying they don't watch football. You can see why a lot of these things. It's brazy. It's absolutely brazy, people. On if we need a miracle, is dead. That on how the players are feeling in the dressing room now, it's too late. Of course, it's too late. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. We need to find other ways to do it, and especially when we find ourselves in this kind of situation with the amount of changes that we made through the game because of the injuries to Gabby. Smith Rowe was feeling something. Why'd you start him then? With Tomiyasu, we tried to change it, but again, we were extremely poor in every department that can give you a chance to at least compete in the match. And tonight, we were nowhere near that. Clip that up. That could be said for the Spurs game and many others. On the comparisons with Villarreal in the semi-final last year, there are a lot of similarities. Yeah, you bottling it. We had 6 or 7 players out at the time of the Villarreal game. Aubameyang hits a header, the ball goes on the post and it goes out. Then it's personality or no personality. The situation is it was a very difficult game against Spurs. What happened today, it was about the performance and about how we competed. And we were nowhere near the level we have to be at to have a chance to play in the Champions League. Whatever was said there, it sounds all smart in that, but yeah, bro, that's just man just saying bare things and saying nothing, man. He sounded like me in Football Manager. But anyways, on whether he feels let down by the players, everyone, you let yourself down, the players let you down, you let the players down, everybody let the club down, you let down the coach and stuff, and everybody let down everyone. Simple as that. No, I am maximum responsible all the time. If someone has created an expectation this year that no one in this room probably would talk about at the start of the season, it's those players that are there. I always defend them, but tonight that's a really, really difficult thing to do. On how serious Tomiyasu's injury is, we don't know. We have to assess him, but we felt a muscle issue and we had to replace him, unfortunately. On how he'll pick the players up for the game on Sunday, you shouldn't have to. Like, you just say, you man play shit, top 4 is a myth. Go out and give the fans one little last whatever in it and then go off on holiday, get out of it. See you in July or whenever. Well, now we have to swallow everything. Why? Digest it, and tomorrow is another day. We will still have 5 days to prepare that match. We know what we have to do. There's not a lot of words I think that are needed after performance tonight. On whether he has regrets or not buying players in January. We have done what we can. No, he didn't. And with what we were allowed to do, what we could do, and the resources we had from the start of the season. Lying, the team that we were able to build is what we were able to build, and it's the team that has taken us all the way here. Yeah, but that extra little push, they're not very good, are they? Big up my guy Bukayo Saka, people. He has spoken, I believe. He has said, overall, there is huge disappointment and frustration. I just can't believe how we performed today. I can, because you've not been doing this all year. We lost all our duels. We lost all the second balls. We didn't play out well. Just overall disappointment in every aspect. Again, I'm sorry, Saka, but you have to just put that down to being pussios. The minimum, what you can do is win your battles. What you can do is show bravery. People were scared to make a mistake. People were hiding. People never got themselves in tune mentally. These are all things that the players need to take heed. Now, the manager hasn't helped us, so which is why I keep saying, man, are all in this together. We don't win or lose or draw. Arteta don't win alone. The players don't. We're all Arsenal. And we're all flipping crap right now. Anywho, he's right. I mean, how you lot can rock up to Newcastle and maybe you didn't expect that. How you can rock up to Newcastle and not expect to compete is the next thing. Fair enough. It's like you lot don't play Premier League football. It's like you lot are some under-8s that have just been randomly thrown into pro football. We are now 2 points behind Tottenham. Oh, well, that's not Saka's comments. I know it's going to hurt a lot of us tonight. All of us, the fans, all our families, but come Sunday against Everton at the Emirates, we're going to be there to win, and hopefully things go our way. That's all you can do from now. Technically, it's not over. We can still do it, but we missed out on 2 big opportunities to put ourselves in a good position. It's just a shame. Dead. What was this? I think this is other comments from Mikel Arteta. He said, no, we didn't. We said, no, we deserve to lose, and we probably deserve to lose by a bigger margin with the way that we have performed and the way that we have competed in this match. Right from the beginning, they were on top of everything, and we didn't manage to get out of our own half. We put ourselves in trouble. We lost every duel, every second ball. We didn't compete in the game in the way that the game required to do so, and we never earned the right to get anything out of the game. But I'm pretty sure if I type it in, there's examples of we've now got more spirit, more heart, more fight. Wait, fair enough. Fair enough. I'd hate to be on a night out and get in a spot of bother with half of you players. We're all gonna get dead, did it? You lot are not gonna back you. You're gonna run away and shit. But anyways, on halftime, he said that we went through the storm of the game that we didn't want to play, and we discussed before the match that we had to avoid, and exactly the game that we were playing. We tried to change it, and we started slightly better, but then obviously the first goal and the way we conceded the first goal hit us, and we tried to change. We put more attacking players on, and we changed the formation, and we could have conceded more. But we were so sloppy in everything that we did. On the frustration of top four being out of our hands, it's a really difficult night. We fought a lot. No, we didn't. We went through a lot. We certainly did. And we have generated an expectation that probably no one would talk about at the start of the season. I said that, unpopular opinion, we should always be fighting for fourth. We probably didn't expect it, but you should always be. It's not hard to fight for fourth. You've somehow been in the conversation. As shit as you've been. Worst Man United team in years. Up until recent. We're in it. What are we talking about? Two truths can live in the same realm. It's always this what about tree with this guy. No one would talk about at the start of the season with the squad, but we have managed to get through here basically with respecting certain principles and always competing in football matches. And tonight we haven't done that. On anything being possible in football it's always possible. That's why tomorrow we have to lift ourselves and be ready, because on Sunday we have to beat Everton and see what happens. It doesn't matter. It's done, bro. Like, just focus on building for next season now. Simple as that. First of all, apologize because this performance was nowhere near what this club deserves, and especially because this club wants to play in the Champions League, and this performance today is nowhere near that. Hopefully, we'll try to win the game, see what happens, and play much better, obviously, than what we did today. Love Island Youths as well. So, yeah, that's that, really. What are you going to say? What can you say? Sometimes it's best to just... That was refreshing from Arteta, really. Sometimes it's just best to say great shit, man. Sorry, people, making a timestamp. Arteta press conference. There we have it. Can't lie, if you're not going to follow the team next year, win, lose, or draw, fuck off then. Fuck. If you don't want to support Arsenal, get the fuck out of here. No one's begging you to support us. Come on, man. Win, lose, or draw, this shit comes with football. We can criticize, but this is blood in, blood out. To my future wife, I'll leave you before I leave my football club. You're going mad. You're going mad. So if you're not cut from the same cloth, man, you're a bitch boy. Get out of here, fam. Respectfully for the language. Like, any guy that wants to snake any of their teams is a pussy. Get out of here. No, I want you here. Deluded, bro. What's your opinion on fans who are always finding excuses for Arteta? Sometimes Arteta's opened himself up to criticism. He's been honest. You can't defend the undefendable. Sometimes you've got to be honest, and it reeks of agendas. I like what Arteta is doing, but obviously I think he could be a good manager for us, but I'm not going to back you to the point where if there's not a case to sack you, we're not going to sack you. Some people are just committed to hating the guy or loving the guy. Either way, it's not supporting the club, innit? My support doesn't mean I just support condoning. Some of you got friends. You're not just going to, if your friend's doing something you don't like, you're not going to tell him you like that or that's the right thing to do or she to do the right thing. And if you do, you're a shit friend. My support doesn't mean just blindly shouting, just the process, just the process, just the process. Dead, man. Too much pressure on the young squad, but this is the territory. This is what they built around. They've done their part. DG, we always do this. We put too much pressure and responsibility on our young ones. Remember what we did to Cesc Fabregas' generation. Xhaka and Laka will be there, oh my Lord. We can't go into this next season with the same midfield. These players have shown you over the years that they aren't consistent and they'll let you down. Boy. Nah, let's be honest. Like, Xhaka might be poor, but he's there for a 30 baller, man. Come on. Like, he will stand out at Sunday League. Not that shit. Of course, Saka's probably been used more than we would have liked. What would be the dream signing? I don't know. I can't dream right now, man. It's still in the nightmare. I don't know about none of that. Wenger coming back. Because he's a shoo-in for top 4, isn't it? we turned up for them this season. I feel sorry for the youngsters. I mean, fans and the young players have done their part. I'll say that. The atmosphere at the Emirates has been good. We've got battered at least twice against Spurs and Palace. Man are shouting Arteta's name. The young players have overperformed. The bulk of the squad has underperformed. And really, to be honest, none of them picked themselves. None of them put a gun to Arsenal's head and demanded to be signed by this club. So again, make your bed, you have to lie in it, really. We can't go into next season with 40 to 60% of the guys we started yesterday in the first 11, but we will. We will, though, and this is the mediocre thing. I don't know if any of you have seen Granit Xhaka's comments, people, but let's wheel them up for you guys here, people. Don't know if anybody's seen it, so yeah, let's just make sure you have in it. Scrolling all the way down, I've read this before, people. Again, we've spoken about Arteta's comments. If you're not ready, stay at home. Maybe you should have took that advice. We need players. Sorry, people. He said, if someone isn't ready for this game, stay at home. As simple as that. It doesn't matter your age. You can be 30, 35, 10, 18. If you're not ready for that, stay on the bench, stay at home. Don't come here. And I think he's right in everything he's saying. Of course, Sky Sports are going to twist it. There's bus-ups in the dressing room and stuff. Unpopular opinion, a football team should not just be a happy environment. Do you think Liverpool and City, everybody just breading each other and doing this Disneyland thing? There must be some difficult conversations being had. People fight. This is high testosterone environments. You should be able to have it out with each other, and that's it. You should be able to fight each other, and then that's it. You're meant to be brothers in arms. Realistically, much like all of us in the working life, even me on YouTube, these lot spend more hours with their teammates than they probably do, some of them with their kids and their girlfriends and things, and you lot don't fight for each other. You lot should be able to bad each other up. The next people out the road can't bad you up. Getting badded up by Newcastle, you're badding yourselves up. Same with Spurs, same with any difficult away game. If someone is, so like you said, you can be 30, 35, 10, 18. If you're not ready for that, stay on the bench, stay at home, don't come here. You weren't on nothing yesterday, Xhaka, but I like what you're saying. It's honesty. Would have loved Odegaard to speak because you're the captain. Same energy that fans had for Aubameyang whenever he did the race. We need people to have balls to come here and play because we knew this game is one of the most important for us. To perform like this is not acceptable. It's very, very sad for us, very disappointing, and I feel very sorry for people who came here to support us. Don't worry, we do as well. This is not the way we wanted to go. This is all I can say to say sorry to them. I don't have any other words. We didn't do what the game plan was, not listening to the coach and doing our own things, and these games happen. So why are you lot like that's experienced players? So then how dare you lot not listen to Arteta then? What happened was a disaster performance like this. You don't deserve to play Champions League, don't deserve to even play Europa League, and it's very hard to take at that moment. I don't know why we're not doing what the coach is asking for us. But I would love to know specifically what's going on. Maybe that's because Neville's just trying to draw him out. And I think he's drawing out everybody, really. To be fair, I think Xhaka's holding himself accountable and things like that. I don't think he's bullying the young tugs. And you can't bully the young tugs. He can't have a go at the young players. He's obviously having a dig at people in the dressing room, as you should. All I hope is that energy is maintained. Save all that indirect stuff for the net and that. Like, make sure you tell them, man, yo, you play shit. And then they say, yo, you play shit. Why is it that Arteta is at fault every time we play poorly? These players should be held accountable. I don't know who said it's just Arteta. It's every damn player that's involved. Every player and the manager. If anything, it's never the players. It's always, if anything, it's never Arteta. The hell? Can't understand why we didn't play. Like, I mean, going into the game, I wasn't screaming play like Lacazette, bro. That's dead. I ain't trying to see that. 13 losses. Man lost 32% of his Arsenal games. Damn, what warranted him a new deal? Unfortunately, a young squad, inexperienced manager, and a lack of discipline let us down. I've actually lost count how many red cards we received this year. Shout, Andy, you're right. But for me, I don't even think it's a youngster thing. I don't even think it's because of inexperience, because it's naivety. Like, as much as Arteta may or may not be inexperienced, be inexperienced. I can't lie, you've had a season and a half prior to this. You've seen what the Prem's about. You know what it's like going to these away grounds. You know certain things. It's like young players. If a young player keeps playing a certain pass and he's played more than 10 games this season, yeah, you might be old habits die hard in that. But is it young, or are you choosing not to learn? Rather than seek answers, I guess we have to ask ourselves, and the players have to ask themselves better questions. the best footballers are thinkers, whether how they manage their ability, whether how they control themselves, whether it's just, okay, Modric, he sees a pass 10 seconds where it's happened. We don't ask, we're not thinkers. We're very emotional. We have to go down for things to start going on. Until you can get your headspace, because as much as football means the world, it's just a game, bro. And they don't act like this. So it's a myth, bro. Like, it's a myth. This is why we're at where we're at, and this is what's happening. It's too emotional. I mean, Wenger should probably should stay away from the club, but you can't probably disagree with his expertise and whatnot, man. All I'd say is Edu begin to work for the summer, Arteta begin the thing for next season, and yeah, man, it is what it is. There's nothing else to say, really, is it? That stupid game, stupid prizes, man. Crazy. What else have we got? Crazy stuff. Very bad performance for the lads, but one more game win. Change the channel to the realist. I don't know, man. To everyone, I'm either you're not so deluded or you're very deluded. Joe Baega jinxed you. Like, fuck what, respectfully to Joe, shout at him, but fuck what he's had to say about Arsenal. What's that got to do with me? Cause I don't give a shit about that. What's that got to do with me, bro? Shout out Anfield Road, then hey. We do need to have a serious conversation about our medical department. I'm not a medical man. I ain't got no medical qualification. So really, I have no right. But no one can stay fit. What's going on? Or more or less, what aren't we doing? Bias aside, is Arteta actually worth all this civil unrest with the fan base? It's like 1 week is trust the process. Then 2 weeks later, it's Arteta out. And it's been the only consistent element of his tenure because people can't see the good and the bad, man. Once a gunner, always a runner. Bro, if you saw me, you would ask me for a picture. You wouldn't do that. Like, guys that do that trolling, you're not on that end. Behave, man. Come on. Mummy's there working very hard for you to use your internet. Rather than go on YouTube and look at some NFTs or Bitcoin and that, I'm sure Sarah J's wondering where you are. You're doing nonsense. Please, man. By all means, run bands, but at least make it good. Like, some of the banter, G1, Shakib's there, a couple others, Harry Maguire, at least it's fucking funny. Like, shit bands, bro. Like, come on, man. He's dead. Because now I'm just going to start hurting man's feelings. Like, and then they're going to hurt me. And they're going to want to hurt me. They're going to put my face on a darts board and shit. Nah, it is what it is. DG, why did our owner and Arteta and Edu think they could get top four with a thin squad and lack of quality? Were they deluded in your opinion? It's a question I can't answer. Bro, you got any answers? Can I answer that? You got any answers, broski? Nah, bro, no one's got any answers for that one. They go shit. Yeah, Disney Channel settings, bro. Yeah, not if people go out on loan. The thing is, even if we sat Arteta, who is better out there? I hear that, and I can't give you a bunch of names, but I mean, it's not like losing Klopp, Pep, and that. You can both go find that. Go and find that. Is that when Arsenal fans were like, if we, who's a better midfielder for Xhaka? Go and find that. Arteta's a good guy, and I think he's done some good stuff for as much as he's been doing Kalas, but he's not a manager to die for at this moment in time. And I want him to move into that. If I was Liverpool with Klopp, or to a degree, Tuchel, or even Pep, for all their mistakes or whatever their fan base might say, but I'll back them unapologetically. I can't back on Arteta unapologetically yet. Wenger did. Until the end, really. Europa League, here we come. Trust. I swear they got rid of the 5:55 kickoffs. A lot of players out there would have been moved on or improved next season if we got Champions League. Maybe it was an inside job. You reckon? Or would it have, certain players might have thought there were levels in that. And certain managers and gaffers might have thought there were levels. But I might have to ask him, bro. I don't know. Might as well put, therefore more waste of money. Might as well put a little score on that, Kevin. We need experienced players, but it has to be the right experience, Don. It can't just be guys that are 29 and the shit. Like, we've got guys around the squad, really, that are experienced. So it's not really adapting for me. They just have to be good. Like, just be good, fam. Like, it's irrelevant. It's like the young players. There's no point being a young tug and shit. Like, that's why I like Saka and Martinelli and Smith Rowe. We've got, look, I'm not being funny. El Nene's not shit, but limited. Xhaka is what it is. Marie was there. You know, Cedric. None of these guys' mentality, apart from Xhaka, and even Xhaka's a bit of a madman, their mentality soft. Marie soft. You know, bottled it against Lukaku, even though he's irrelevant. You know, El Nene soft when it's crunch time. Can give you little 4 or 5 games. Crunch time, soft. Cedric, shit. Like, bro, what do you think about Cedric? Shit. What do you think of Cedric? Shit. In the time you've had this, oh, I don't think he's a clown. I don't know about Rafa, but what I would say is I blame Thierry Henry because he made me support this thing. And Wenger, maybe if you just step down and Kroenke was never here, maybe just maybe we get the Klopps, the Tuchels, the Peps and all these things. 269 likes. Keep running that up, people. Very appreciative. We dropped the ball. I don't give up, but it's where it is, man. There's nothing. In fact, there's nothing to give up because man have bottled it already. So I don't know about none of that. It's crazy. I wonder what cut up clips. I wonder what cut up clips Arsenal fans are. What cut up tables Arsenal fans are going to do of the league table now. Maybe in fact we wouldn't even be first since recent. Maybe, man. Pookie, please, man. Hey. Crazy. Yeah, man. Oh, shit. 6 years and counting. To be fair, you know, I'll take that. I just thank my lucky stars I started supporting this club at the right time. I can't remember some bloody memories. Flip it, though. Hey. I swear Arteta signed Cedric. Cedric signs for Arsenal. Yeah, I think that's the Arteta guy. Cedric Suarez's experience is viewed as a useful asset to the squad, relying increasingly on young players. I mean, I'm looking at the comments. Look, I need to see receipts, but I'm not just making this up here. I can only go off what these duns are saying. Yeah, this is when, obviously, this was 2020, so the thing was different, innit? I'll give them that. No one cares about what Marie has to say. Edu specifically speaking about these guys now, yeah? Cedric is also going to be an important player. He has been unlucky with injuries, but he's close to being ready and gives us more strength in the right back position. He's a player who's got big experience. He's played in different countries. He's played in this league. He knows what it means. He's willing to go to another top team. He's got that desire, that commitment. I followed him a few seasons ago. I started to follow him, and I really like what he can bring. Though they were the right conditions for us as well to try to improve our squad. Yeah, less about Pablo Marie, man. Less about him. He's irrelevant, thank God. Another head and shoulders merchant, man. What else is going on in the world of Arsenal? Not even any. Well, I would have thought Arsenal would have brought out all the transfer lies as well, man. Well, the Barless thing looks like a myth now. He said it's a L now. He's not on it. Gab has just probably blocked his number, probably flipping blocked Edu and that. Boy. I mean, it's all banter, innit? All United and Arsenal fans just laughing at each other because, you know, empty barrels make the most noise. Nothing's going on at either club. So they're just chatting shit. Gary Neville tried to do the Liverpool bottling thing, tried to draw them out. They stuck it on him. So he just gone to the easy target with Arsenal. Really. As I said, you know, he's a wanker. To be fair, not said much. And I think that's a lie. Man said cancelling that North London derby has cost Arsenal. They have not recovered at all from Thursday. I mean, no, we literally didn't have a fit squad. Like, man wanted to play the youth, the under nines and that. Like, we have just bottled the Thursday, bro. Like, fair enough though, man. Stop gaps, bro. They weren't. They're not good stop gaps. That's shit tons. If you think Arteta can't ever win you the league, why back him? Or you just comfortable being in the mix? I don't know what that means, but have you seen the squad? To be fair, when Klopp signed, he said, if I'm here 3-4 years, I'll win a league title. Arteta hasn't quite been that bossy, but what? Right now, we need to rebuild the team and consistently do certain things. Run before you can walk, man. If you can't chat to Gyal, if you see Beyonce, you can't move to her and ask her for a number. It's not making sense. Run before you can walk, which you probably know better than me. Chat to the ugly things in the you know, in the Raven. Don't disrespect to be like that, and let's stay away from that. I hope we do, man. I hope we do. Man said, I haven't stopped crying, Dad. I hate this club. Big up Saka, though. Brother, stop calling. On that note, I'm getting out of here, bro. I'm not your dad, fam. Stop calling me that nonsense. Every stream, allow me with that. Like, I've got no kids. Like, I could be a stepdad, though, to the BMs out there. Come on. I drink your Utes, Capri Suns and bust out, say the dreams and that. You know how it is. But on that note, it's getting silly. Obviously, we lost in it. I'm a bit disappointed with you lot, though. We're at 289 likes. There's 300 of you locked in. We've just shy of 300, but it's been a massive push. Better than that, it's been amazing being here with you lot. You know, without you lot, it'd be pointless, innit? Win, lose, or draw. It's been a pleasure to be here throughout the season and talking not just this, but football in general. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. You gotta be a villain, bro. You gotta be a villain. It's time to hit the gym and cool off. I'll be back at 4:30. I'm playing Football Manager. Shit, that's probably going to stress me out, but I think I'm actually on course to get top 4, so let's just run away into that, man. Secret Utes. No. Can't lie. If I had Raheem Sterling piece, I'd have bare Utes, but you might not even see me on live streams, or you might just see Utes running up and down still. But it is where it is, people. On that note, it's getting silly. Twitch gang, YouTube ones, please make sure you're following and subscribing. You lot stay safe, stay, you know, aggressively approaching your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions for the week. Hope you all remain healthy, you and your loved ones, and I'll see you lot soon. You lot check out my other reviews, man. You lot violating. If you want to hear tears from the heart, I guess a bit more in relation to Arsenal, then here's a couple YouTube videos for some of you as well, people, before I get out of here. I wish. Saying that one, I was like, you finally get in the bed and like, hey, let me not talk. You get me? Ransom Matisse, bro. By then the flavor's gonna die, in it, really. Yeah, they've been dead by then. You know, we've got FA Cup losers, top 4 hopefuls gone, man, flirting with Conference League. Crazy. But yeah, taking these videos, people, extended reading, extended learning. As usual, one love you lot. I'm out though, man. See you lot on Twitch at 4:30. I think it's Europa League final tomorrow, so I'll be doing a watch along for that. At some point, I'll set it up. We have a last watch along of the season, Everton, Arsenal. No, I might even go to the game. I ain't been to the Emirates this season. I might as well go. But I knew this was happening. I told you lot in August when I went to the Chelsea pre-season game. I knew the sort of Banduli stuff we was gonna do. So I said, you know what, this season I have to call off, man. I can't be involved in it and whatnot. Oh, you lot feeling sorry for the guy? 299 likes. Oh, friends. Oh, I might as well stay till it hits the lucky number. Hey, if you hit the like button, I hope you lot win the lottery, man. If you haven't, then yeah, you lot are just bad people. But you lot stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out. Oh, I know.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
So there's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like